Hi everyone, it's Plastic EP here with Robin B, and we got the famous Rich Start, drummer of the Monkeys. I was going to say Beatles. Anyway, how are you, Rich?
I'm good. How are you?
I'll tell you what, you look good, and I saw your Halloween photos. They look fantastic, and your whole family looks fantastic. You look a bit like, how can I say, Robin looks $1 million, and before she does, here's the buzz. Right, this is the show, The Buzz, and every time Rich Start joins us, it's Plastic EP, Robin B, and Rich Start. Now, Rich, tell us what you've been up to.
Nothing. I've been making sure my son's doing his schoolwork, and just that's about it.
It's not easy. Not easy to do
It's
it.
not easy. How's school going with you, Robin?
Well, it's I'm not there at the moment. Long story, actually, but for another time.
Okay, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, but what else have you been doing besides nothing? There's got to be something.
I've been practicing like crazy. I've been working on some new recording stuff. Being a house husband, cleaning the house.
You clean the house. What are your chores? What are your specialties?
Well, my specialties are normally everything, but it's much better when there's nobody in the house.
Sing while you clean? Because I do that. Do
I sing while I clean?
Yeah.
No. I do play music.
Okay. I play music and sing. It makes the time go by faster.
Yeah, I'm too busy swearing at the people that made the mess.
Hey, Rich, can I tell you, what drum kit are you practicing on? What brand of drum kit do you practicing on?
Right now, I have my Ludwig set up, my beautiful Ludwig Maple Classics.
What year is that? Tell me a little bit about the drum kit for the drummers out there.
Pretty new. I got those right after I came off the road with Mike and Mickey. Because the kit that they gave me for the tour was a Ludwig Maple Classic. And I wanted that kit. I offered to buy it. And they said no. But they hooked me up with the guys from Ludwig. And I was able to get a really gorgeous kit. It's the greatest sounding kit I own. It is gorgeous.
What color is it?
It is a blue. I'll show it to you. How about that?
Let's get the exclusive.
Here it is.
Rich Start's Monkeys drum kit. Oh, let's have a look. Come on.
Uh-oh, is he frozen?
Forget what the color is. Blue something. Am I frozen?
No, we can see it. Show me the whole kit.
I like that. It's got a
show me the big bass drum.
Yep. It's like what color was Ringo's? The oyster pearl or whatever. But
yeah,
this
that's
is like
right.
Blue.
Oyster pearl was Ringo's. What's yours? Blue pearl.
It's blue oyster pearl. Unlike
just
blue
show
oyster
me right
pearl.
across, Rich. Show me all of it.
We'll call you Ringo Rich.
I'm trying
Rich Ringo.
Rich Star.
Rich Ringo. Hey,
can you
Rich,
see it?
Can I ask you?
Nice. Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, we see it. Listen,
Beautiful.
Rich.
What?
Are you going to put a Monkeys logo on it?
No.
When you go on the road, what do you put on it?
Well, when we go out on the road with the Monkeys, it's a rental kit. All the instruments are rentals, and Andrew Sandoval is the one that actually comes up with the bass drum logo, the bass drum heads. So he's the one that makes the logo and puts it on the drum.
Can I ask, have you seen Mike Nesmith's Jimmy Choo's shoes?
Of course I have. Yes.
Have you seen Robin's new hairstyle? She got rid of most of the hair. Have a look.
It's so nice.
Short.
That I didn't even notice you had to cut it first.
It's short.
Can you show us the back part there, Robin?
I don't even know. It might be naughty. I don't know.
This is what happens when you cut it yourself.
Wow, that's cool how they shaved that word in the back.
I know, right? You have to really pay attention to see it.
How did you cut it yourself, Robin? How did you get to the back of it?
I didn't cut it myself.
No, she went to a hairdresser. She actually went to a hairdresser, Rich. I can't lie.
You know who told me to cut it, Rich?
Who?
Tell him, Plastic.
Leslie Cavendish, the hairdresser to the Beatles. And I told him if Paul McCartney's fake, I asked him if his nose has changed or his hair or his eyes, in case it's a fake Paul McCartney. He goes, no, Paul McCartney's not dead and he's real. And have a look. There's his book there, The Cutting Edge by Leslie Cavendish. Every time I put a book up, you don't see Robin. Look at this. We'll make it flash.
It's actually
there you go. We'll keep that up there for a minute, Rich, while I talk to you.
Water when the books go up. Go ahead. See, this is what happens.
Oh yeah. So what is that book about? Like every time
it's about his stories, because he actually went on the Magical Mystery Tour. He was on the bus in 1967.
Okay. I thought it was like, on Thursday John came in and I trimmed his bangs.
That's a great book, and I want everyone to go down to the internet and actually buy it online. Also, he's got a Spanish version. Do you read Spanish there,
Not enough to understand.
Español. Puedo hablar español, sí.
Español. Now listen, we're waiting for our special guest, and I want everyone to know, right? Tell them who the special guest is, Rich.
Our special guest is Jeffrey Allen Ross, ladies and gentlemen.
Right, and Jeffrey Allen Ross is the musical director for, tell me?
Peter Asher.
That's it, who had a big worldwide hit in the early 60s. John and Paul gave it to him, and that song was called World Without Love.
That's right. Because
now he's got a brand new song.
Peter's sister.
That's it, Jane Asher.
That's
and
right.
let me tell you about their house. Paul McCartney was staying at their house, and upstairs, he woke up one morning and he wrote the song yesterday, upstairs, and guess what? Downstairs, they had a music room. John came over and they wrote, I Want to Hold Your Hand, I think it was, downstairs.
Very cool.
Wow.
Actually,
what a great house.
I Want to Hold Your Ham. But
hey, hang on, Jeff's here. And Jeff's here. We're not putting him on because you know why? He's got a brand new single, Not a Second Time. Let's go. Let's go with the drum kit.
Are you asking him to go play?
You need to pretend
Start drumming. Start drumming, guys. For you. And now you change your mind.
This is great. Is this the new Paul McCartney song? Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
Good to see you.
I'm Rich.
How great is that, Jeff?
Very nice. Very nice.
We do what we
Welcome to the Buzz, Jeff, and I got to tell you, that song, it even sounds better than the Beatles. I'm not joking. It's coming that great. You produced it?
Well, yeah. I produced it. I played it.
Turn up your volume a little bit, Jeff.
Volume. Hang on. Let me.
Today is the day of technical difficulties, folks.
Yeah, at least we've got his song to play. See if you can come in a little bit louder.
Oh, now
you're soft as ever. You're like muted.
Yeah, try and come in a bit louder there, Jeff.
I think you have to unmute yourself.
He's not on mute.
He might be on his own computer, however. There we go. Nope.
Let's see if we can hear you.
I can't read lips, unfortunately, or I'd try. I really try.
I can
well,
read.
While we're waiting to Jeff, we're going live, so let's see who's on at the moment. If not, we'll be playing his song again. Try again, Jeff. Say hello.
It's laughing. I can translate that for you. It was ha ha ha.
Jeff, go out and come back again. Go out and come back again.
No, not out of your room, out of the.
Yes. Out of this. Out of this. I think you
Go
pressed
out and come back. All right.
I think
All
it's
right,
on.
we're gonna do that now. While we're waiting, what a great song. Here's Charles. He's got something to say about your drum kit, Rich.
Oh my gosh! Isn't Blue Oyster Pearl the Ringo kit? No, his isn't blue. It was, I don't know what color.
No, he had a Black Oyster kit. Ringo Starr had a Black Oyster kit.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, his song's really groovy, man.
Very cool. Just very good at that stuff.
Come on, Robin, let's see you do those moves.
What moves am I doing? I can't even hear it.
Can you drum to that, Rich?
I can barely hear it.
You got to put it back next to your
Computer.
where you had it before. Speaker.
Can you hear it?
I hear the vocal and like an acoustic guitar. Is there more to it?
I'll tell you what, it sounds great.
This is a wild live show, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Of course it's live. It's wild. To come on this show, you got to be live and wild. Right, Rich?
Live and wild. That should be the live and wild.
Hey, listen, Rich. What's your favorite Monkey song? Seriously. I've got to ask you that.
This all the time. I would have to say, of all the Monkees tunes, I think As We Go Along is my favorite.
Okay.
What's yours, Plastic? Do I even know this?
Well, I'll be honest with you now. You may be the one was my favorite for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
But the song that's sort of taken over from the second album is The Kind of Girl I Can Love. And here's Jeff.
All right, is that
Welcome,
better?
Jeff.
Oh, I can hear you.
Much better.
Welcome, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Richie,
Hey,
how are you?
Hey, man.
How are things in Connecticut?
They're good. I can't complain. We had a gorgeous day today. Felt
Well,
like it was September.
Where are you
Well,
located, Jeff?
I'm in Woodland Hills, California.
Nice.
Woo, we love Woodland.
I want to say something. His neighbours. You know who his neighbour is, don't you?
No.
Should I?
I don't know who my neighbors are, but who?
I know who his neighbour is, but I'm not going to say. It's somebody that you know, Rich, and you know Robin.
Somebody we know lives next to Jeff, and Jeff doesn't
You
know.
mean neighbor like next door or neighbor in the same area?
Neighbour
Well-
close. A close neighbour. I'm not going to say unless Jeff wants to say.
Fairly close.
Is it a person who's currently alive?
Keep going. It's a guessing game. Jeff,
Yes.
don't tell him who it is and let him guess. I'm
Or is
the
it one of his
compere.
death neighbors?
Well, Rich has played with this person quite a lot. I'm sure that's who you're referring to.
Yeah, that's the one
what I
I'm
was
referring
thinking
to.
of. Yeah.
But let's keep it a mystery. Give me an answer, Rich, and then we'll go
Is it
to
near Mickey?
Robin. Who do you think it is?
Mickey?
Oh, you got it.
Well, I was going to say John Mayall, actually, who lives around the block, but
Oh, okay.
I guess. But
All right.
who was out in his bathrobe the other day? That was fun.
Hey, he's a Connecticutian. He's from Connecticut.
Well,
How's that?
Yeah.
in England and then across.
Never mind. I thought you said John Mayer.
No, John Mayall.
Oh.
John Mayer. Oh, it sounded like Mayer. Okay, John Mayer is different. Okay.
Got it.
Gee, I thought I lost my Connecticut accent. Oh well.
Ah,
Do you have an accent, really? Not much. I guess a little
No,
New,
not-
New York, kind of. Little New York.
No, I was born in New Haven.
Oh, I was
how
born
did
in
I not know that?
North Haven to me.
Yeah, I don't know how you didn't know that, Rich. Yeah, I'm. Well, if you had come to those shows that you couldn't quite make at the Kate,
Hey,
you would have heard me touting my home state.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Wow.
We were
You were
practicing.
born at Yale?
I was
grew up
born
in
at New Haven General, actually.
Wow. That doesn't exist anymore.
I grew up
Okay.
like 10 minutes away from you. Small world.
Now
I
tell
grew
me,
Who knew?
Jeff.
Half an hour from there. What?
Jeff, who's the biggest celebrity you've seen outside your gate?
What's that?
Who's the biggest celebrity you've seen outside in the street?
Oh,
That I've seen outside in the street?
that's not what I heard, but that's okay.
The biggest celebrity I've seen out on the street. Stevie Wonder going into a movie theater.
Wow.
Interesting.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but is that out your street? If you got a movie theater near your street?
No.
What I'm
You
saying is
know,
when you go to that gate, when you go outside your place, and I know where you live roughly, right? You've got a lot of celebrities that come by or drive past. Who have you seen?
No. I saw. Who did I see? I saw Howie Mandel at the Corner Bakery. How's that? That was
Hey,
a
that's
long time
good.
ago.
That's cool. Now,
What was the order?
Jeff, let's get into the business. You got a fantastic song now, a Beatles song that's been released. Tell
Right,
everybody about
which
the song.
I haven't even had the time to promote. I've been
Well,
working on an album with Peter Asher for Kay Taylor, who's James's sister, the 50-year anniversary of her first album, and I released a single. Haven't done any promo. I haven't had any time to do anything, and it was for John Lennon's birthday. Well, we know that's come and gone. There you go.
Not a second time. Tell me about the song. Come on, and where they can buy it.
You can buy it Apple Music, Amazon, actually it's available on any service that sells music. There's hundreds of them. So if you put in Jeff Allen Ross, Not a Second Time, buy it, and I'm donating the money to a cause that's going to help some live musicians that I know, such as Mr. Dart over there. So that venues can still survive during the pandemic.
Very
Because
nice.
because anybody can say whatever they want, and not to get too political, but when it comes to who goes back to work the last, it's going to be
Right. Yes, people
you're
are
over. Wait,
Yeah, I
wait,
do
you're this
that.
way. It's so confusing.
Yes, it is. It's the opposite. People
Yeah,
are coming up
it's-
with
yeah.
really creative ways of just trying to make it during the pandemic. Live shows like this on the internet, a variety of things. But that's really great that you're doing that, because it certainly is a struggle, for sure.
Well, yeah, I couldn't. I'm not going to wouldn't make enough money that it would make any difference. So I figure if I can get a couple thousand people to download the song at whatever it is a piece, a few $1,000s towards Save Our Stages, or there's another one with Guitar Center that also helps with music education and all that, then I think that's good. So that's
Any
what I'm doing.
questions, Robin or Rich? Come on.
Yeah, throw those questions. Throw those questions out. Come on.
Some hard hitting questions here. What did you have for breakfast?
I had 2 Italian sausages and some cottage cheese.
All right.
Well,
People
interesting.
want to know. Hey, the last time I saw you, Jeff, the Rams had an. Oh, I love that.
And they are definitely hurting.
I love the Ram. The Rams Head's one of our favorite places to play.
Yeah, same here. I
played there 3 different acts last year. I played with Peter Asher. I played with Peter and Jeremy, as in Peter Asher, Jeremy Clyde, and I played there with Al Jardine. I did 3 different shows there.
Amazing. You know the funny thing, unfortunately, when the texts come on, they sort of cover you. Here's another text now. Read it out, Robin, please.
Oh, this says, this is Robin. My hair looks so good over here from Canada. Hello, Plastic Robin, Rich, and Jeff from Mr. Shampoo.
Mr. Shampoo.
Yeah.
Come on in, Mr. Shampoo. Who's had a haircut lately? You look like you had one, Rich.
I have had like a couple of
Your echo.
It doesn't look as nice as possible.
Where does this haircut come from?
Nobody wrote a book about my hair.
A lot of echo.
What?
Rich, I'm just saying, Jeff,
Yes.
you might want to turn your volume down a fraction, Jeff.
Yeah, things are being goofy here today.
Sounds good though now.
Is that all right?
Cool. It's like we're on an acid trip.
Yeah, well, just weird stuff going on. Anyhow,
That's it. Now, what's a new project with Peter Asher?
it's a new album for Kate Taylor, who is James Taylor's sister, one of the 5 Taylor kids, and it's the 50-year anniversary of the first album that she did with Peter back in 1970. And so we got some of the original musicians that played on her album back then. Rich will enjoy this. Russ Kunkel, Lee Sklar, and myself were on all 3 of the days of the tracking, and then each of 3 days we had Danny Korchmar on guitar, we had Waddy Wachtel on guitar, and then Albert Lee.
Wow.
So that's
great.
Yeah, it was my first time out of the house in months, which was fun. And Lee is a good friend, and so he picked me up and we drove to Malibu, and it was a studio in this 20-year-old kid's house that well, let's just say his parents have a lot of money, and he has this beautiful studio in the house, and he's a lovely guy. And so we did the tracking there, and then we came back to my house and overdubbed vocals and more keyboards, and we're still doing some overdubs here. I'm doing some string arrangements, and we're mixing this weekend and next weekend, and it's going to be out next year.
Nice.
Sounds great. What's next?
Jeff, I'm just going to ask you just to turn the volume down just a fraction more. We still got a little bit of echo.
Whoa, it's psychedelic noise here.
Here, I'm gonna fix this in a second.
That's all right.
Actually, he sounds good.
Yeah,
Do I sound good? Well,
all of us sound like we're.
It sounds like the rest of us sound like we're in an echo chamber or something.
yeah, because my volume is not up loud at all, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know.
But here, I'll put these in.
Yeah, it's creating echo for us.
I'll turn that off, and there you go. How's that?
Hello.
We're okay. Yeah.
Now we're talking
Better.
beautiful.
Woo! Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff.
No problem.
Mr. Technical Fix It.
Yeah. Well, we try. we do it. We do what we can.
So what's
Now tell
next?
me, Jeff, what do you like playing? What instrument do you like playing the best?
Well, I'm primarily a keyboard player, and I'm a guitar player second. I like to sing the most. If I have my choice, I'll sing.
Okay, Jeff, I've got to ask you, this is important. Do you know Scott Tayton, the musical director for the Beach Boys?
No, I don't.
Okay, I've got to introduce you one day. He's a
Well-
great guy.
Well, here's the question. Are you talking the Beach Boys or Brian Wilson? You're talking the Beach Boys, Mike Love?
I'm just talking the Beach Boys.
Okay. Yeah, I have friends in the band, but I don't. He's one of the people I don't know.
He's great. He's a musical director like you. You guys will get on like a house on fire. Seriously.
Yeah, we've been on a ship together. So
you know him.
no, I didn't meet him.
Okay.
I know the keyboard player really well because he was a neighbor, and Mike Love's son Christian I became friends with him.
What got you into music, Jeff? How did you become interested and start singing and pick up instruments? When did that start for you?
5 years old.
Really?
My mother used to take me to Woolsey Hall in New Haven.
Been
See-
there.
See, I can say these things and somebody knows what I'm talking about. Oh, see, now I'm jealous because that would be cool. I used to go to concerts when I was 3, 4 years old, and started taking piano when I was 5, and really have loved it ever since.
Who
How
did you study with?
great. Like what propelled you to the level where you are now?
The modest level that I am now has just been a lot of work. It's 1964 when the Beatles came out is when I thought this could be something really fun. Just like most people my age.
Did you pack up and move out to California and just say, I'm going to make it and go? Or was there something else that got you going?
Which time?
The
The first time I moved to California was permanently was 1976. And we had a band and tried to get crazy. Tried to get a deal and during the 70s and all that sort of stuff. That didn't quite happen. And I moved back to Wisconsin for a while. That's when I joined Badfinger in 1986. And then in the 90s, I started working for Fox Broadcasting, and I moved back out to California. And then I stopped working with them and started going back into music, and the rest is history.
What were you doing at Fox Broadcasting?
I was there between 1991 and 1997.
Cool.
When The Simpsons was in its first season.
Woohoo!
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So that was fun. It was good.
So
That's
after
the most watched television series. How many series they make of The Simpsons? Unbelievable.
It's been
30 something.
well, whatever year it is now, it's been 29 years, I guess.
Yeah. My son would know. He's addicted to them.
Yeah, it's been about 29 years.
after this, after your work with Kate, what do you see on the horizon for you next? What's an ideal thing that you'd like to do after this?
Well, one of the things that I will be doing, because I know I'll be doing it, is we have a show. Peter Asher has a show called From Me to You on Sirius XM, the Beatles channel, Channel 18, that I co-produce with Peter here in this little room, and we'll be doing more episodes of that. So that's an ongoing project, and a few other little recording things that people call me up and say, "Hey, can you produce this girl?" And she's a good singer, and I've got a track that I've done, and can we record her voice? And then I have some personal things that I want to get back to, some songs that I've been working on. So
Woohoo!
whatever I can do to keep myself busy, because I know one thing I won't be doing, and that is meeting Rich on a ship and doing some shows.
I know. I'm so bummed.
That's not going to happen.
Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
Do you have any? Idea of when you might be going back out?
We have a show, a Peter Asher show at the Grammy Museum that's booked for June.
Yeah.
So we'll
Fingers crossed, right?
we'll see. All the cruises, all the Flower Power cruises have been put back until 2022 now. I was supposed to have done this year 3 cruises, and now it's 0. And next year it might be 1 toward the end of the year. So we'll see what happens. So.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
So that's how the two of you met. You met on a ship.
No.
No. We
No.
met in
No.
Woodland Hills.
No, we've met because I've had friends that have played with Mickey for since 1976.
Gotcha. Mhm.
So, and we kept meeting at all these places, and then
We met at the gig in Woodland Hills outside.
that's right.
Playing
That's
bass.
right.
Yep.
That's right.
That was the first year I was with Nick. That was
Really? Okay.
yeah. So what year were we in? 2010. That must have been 2010.
Okay. Yeah. And my friend Rick Tierney was subbing playing bass.
Yep.
And I've known Ricky has been a friend of mine since 1977. So
Ricky's great.
he joined my band, and I've known him ever since. And so that's when I met Rich for the first time, and then Wayne, guitar player,
Yep. I
was
know
was good friends with another friend of mine. They used to do guitar repair together, and so we had a connection
Let me
there.
guess. Lauren Ellis.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Lauren, who's a dear friend. So we had, so I had a connection with Wayne, and then Mickey, because he lives as was mentioned a long time ago. He doesn't live too far from me, and I would go on Good Day LA with Peter and for George Harrison's birthday, and Mickey would be there, and so I'd see him. Or we go to Beatlefest, and Mickey would be there, and I'd always stop and I go, I'm good friends with Rick Tierney, and he goes, Ricky, but he never could make the connection, and then finally. Well, and even in a doctor's office, I'm sitting in a doctor's office, and there's Mickey, and he's looking at me, and he can't. Well, Mickey, and he can't quite figure it out. And then when we did the first Flower Power cruise, was when we started hanging out, and then that's when I became friends with Mickey. So.
Oh, fun time.
Yay.
Yeah, and of course, Rich. I don't know if you know this, and I probably pissed one or two people off by saying this, but what you probably didn't know was for your Mike and Mickey tour that you guys got to do. Yes. I was supposed to be the keyboard player on that, and I couldn't do it.
I did know that.
It was, and if I had been smart, because I had gigs with Al Jardine, and I should have canceled the gigs with Al and went with you guys, because you kept going. You didn't, with all the Australia stuff.
Right. Oh, that would have been fun, man.
That was a mistake, but that's the way it goes.
Hey.
I got to say, playing the Sydney Mire Music Bowl, don't tell me, Rich, that wasn't the biggest thing in your life.
It was amazing. That was amazing. I'm still pinching myself in that way. So, yeah.
And I'll tell you something, Jeff. If I'd have known you like then and you're on the tour and Rich, I would have come and flown all the way to Sydney to come and see that concert.
Oh.
Yeah, but you didn't know me then, so
yeah, I saw
only
Melbourne
half of
one,
you
though.
would have flown.
Hey, Rich, I saw the Melbourne one. I took so many photos with you and videos of the concert.
That's great.
I saw you twice. I saw you with Mickey and Peter,
Yep.
and then I saw you with Mike and Mickey.
Where did we play in Melbourne?
You played at the Palais. You played in St Kilda at the Palais Theatre. Remember?
That's right. That's right. We did play
Near Luna Park. There's an amusement park with a big mouth that's open.
Oh my God! Yes, that's right. Yes. Right
Palais Theatre, yeah. In St Kilda. Do you remember now?
I do. And then it's right
Thanks,
down.
Rich. And you know what? I want to tell you a story that no one knows. This is true.
Okay.
After the concert, I go out and I walk the main street, Ackland Street, of St Kilda. And I'm with my wife, and we've just seen the Melbourne concert. You finished playing. And I know this must be true. I saw Mickey walk with Coco coming down the street, and he saw a poster of the concert, and he pointed it out. And as he walked past, no one noticed who he was, and I just had a flash of him, and I got this image of him and Coco coming down. And I'm pretty sure it was him.
Probably.
He was dressed in black.
That sounds like Mickey.
I'm kind of jealous that I didn't get to go to Australia.
Oh.
I'm really jealous. I don't even think I didn't even get to join any of the tours while you were on them, Rich.
I know. You were on the one before me.
Jeff, are you coming to Australia, or do you want to come to Australia?
Well, I want to come to Australia. I've never been. I have some.
All right, let me explain to you. Whoever comes to Melbourne first, right, wherever it is, even if it's Rich, we're going to hook up.
Even
But
you,
I'm going to
Rich.
take you to
Even
the
me.
winery. Listen, Rich, in case you're first, I'm going to take you 1 hour out of Melbourne to the Yarra Valley where the wineries are, and you're going to love it. Okay, Rich? And there's a guy who's got Italian restaurants. He went to Italy, and he won first prize for the best pizza, and the guy lives in Australia.
I'm from New Haven.
I know, right? He doesn't understand this.
Yeah, yeah.
Understand New Haven
Yeah, no.
pizza.
Robin
So I got
knows.
a question for you guys.
Yes.
Okay? This is for the New Haven guys. So you're out of it because you like some pizza in Australia and we're not buying it because we're from New Haven. Sally's, Pepe's, or Modern?
Well, I have to tell you that it's going to be for me Pepe's, because I haven't lived in New Haven since I was 9 years old.
Okay.
So that was
You have
the
a
late.
9-year-old palate memory.
So that was the late 50s, early 60s. So that's what I remember as a kid was Pepe's.
Fair enough. How about you, Rich?
Mine is Sally's, but since I've gone gluten-free, I have to go to Modern.
Me too.
Oh my gosh!
God.
But Sally's, I mean, that's where we always went as a kid.
Yes.
And, I mean, it felt like home, you know?
Yes. And now Modern has the gluten-free pizza and no one else does. So I
Right,
think,
so we go to Modern.
yeah.
So the next time we're all in New Haven, we're going
Yeah.
to Modern. We're doing
We'll
Modern.
take
Damn
you
straight, yes.
stick for some real pizza because you out in Australia, you don't know.
Yeah, you got no idea.
Yeah, no,
Okay, so what you do is when you three guys go, which is pretty rude on my part, and you go to the pizza joint, right? You get your iPhone and you actually turn it on so I can see the three of you eating pizza.
Okay,
I'm cool with that.
we'll do that.
What do you guys like? Spread Vegemite on your pizza or something? What is there? What do you?
Whoa!
I'm talking about in Australia.
No,
What-
I know.
I'll have a Vegemite pizza.
Yeah, but let me say something about Vegemite, please, because I'm Australian. And
Yes.
my parents were Greek, right? Vegemite is a yeast extract. And let me explain it to you. You get a piece of toast, you put a bit of butter. You don't put the jar on the Vegemite. You put a light spread across it and you eat it. And
So
the best one is when you put a light spread of Vegemite and you get a piece of cheese, put on top and eat it.
It's like a pizza.
No, it's not a pizza. It's a yeast extract.
Okay.
You ever, can you get a Vegemite
I've just
injection?
invented something. You know, you
Do you
know,
people expect Skippy the kangaroo or something to turn up when you're eating pizza?
yeah, that would be awesome. That would be great.
Do you like Tim Tams?
Who?
Tim Tams? Tam Tams? What are they called?
Yeah, Tim Tams. Ask me.
I
I'll buy
have
you
one.
some
I
every
bought
day.
one.
Tim Tams are the chocolate biscuits. They're the best. Did you try it?
I did it the first time I was in Australia.
There's a
Do
machine.
you like Tim Tams?
There's a Tim Tam. It's a machine for if you have knots in your back because we're in a pandemic and I'm not going for massages anymore and I have knots in my back. And a Tim Tam looks like a drill and it goes brrrr, and it knots it
Oh,
gets
wow.
your muscles out.
No, in Australia, it's like a chocolate biscuit.
It's a
I
chocolate biscuit.
don't know.
What
Well,
else did you like about Australia, Rich? The food's the best. The coffee's the best. The pizza's the best.
I don't know. Is Australia known for its food? I really don't
Of
know.
course, it's known for its food. If you don't believe me, ask Mickey. Ask Mickey and Coco.
All
She
right,
said
I'll call them
last time
if
she came on as a guest, she said you can't beat the food here. Do you not remember?
Jeff is his neighbor. He could just run next door and knock on the door and say, Mickey.
Oh, knock on his
Yeah,
door.
actually, Jeff, can you do us a favor?
No.
We want Jeff.
Thank you,
I'm
Jeff.
serious. We want you to run to Mickey's house and give him a message that we want Donna on the show. and that Robin's going to ring her later. Can you just run out for a minute, run there and see him?
You want Donna on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just email Donna because I get along with her the best.
Yeah, well, we want Donna on.
Very
That's
nice.
what we want. Okay, Jeff?
Well, but here's another question for you. Why don't you bring me, Rich, and we have 2 other guys that we can bring, a bass player and a guitar player, bring us to Australia, and we'll do a little tour after the pandemic.
Robin can be our manager.
Are you in, Rich?
I'm in.
Because you know who the bass player is going to be.
So what we do is because Robin's PR, we've got to get an Australian promoter who can pay for everything, including the free pizza. And I'm going to come along and I'm going to be the MC.
Perfect.
I'll make all the travel arrangements.
You guys
Please, I don't have to go far.
Yeah,
And
well,
I'll arrange for you to have a Vegemite pizza.
no, that's not going to happen.
I'm going to do a pizza, but listen, I can save money on the tour because I can stay at my house.
There you go.
Oh, maybe they want to stay in a 4-star hotel and not at your house. You don't
No,
know.
I'm going to come. If we go around Australia and I'm the MC, which is no problem for me, right? And what happens is you can call your band whatever you like because we've got a musical director, we've got a drummer. So all we need is a bass player and a
What's the
singer.
name? What's the
Oh.
name for your band?
What would you like the name of the band to be, Rich? Because you have great names for bands. What was the name of the one band that you had? It was
The illegitimate sons of Keith Partridge.
yes. One of
I
the
like
best.
that.
One of the best names of a band
I
ever.
like that.
Thank you.
I got another one. How about you call your band Cousins of Skippy?
Cousins of
Skippy the bush kangaroo? Cousins of Skippy.
We have no frame of reference.
I had like this flash because Skippy's peanut butter over here.
Yeah, that's what I was flashing.
So I don't know.
But yeah, we'll figure something. We'll have a great band. It'll be a great show.
Yes. It'll be
We can
good.
do almost anything.
Yes.
And Robin's going to be the PR. She's going to make sure
No,
that
but
everyone
Jeff
gets
was
fed.
trying to cut me out of this whole gig.
No,
Just
no,
because
I, no. I love having somebody take care of everything.
I
Yeah,
would
that's
take
you,
care of
Robin.
everything.
You take care of everything. You get
You want
Australian
me to have
promoter
to think about your
to pay for everything. And myself, Jeff, and Rich will make sure we eat the funds that come in.
Oh, so I see you're going to take all the money while I'm running around getting you guys food. And
No. That's never how it works.
No, never.
That is not how it works.
Oh, I like it. This is a great. We've got a plan
I
now.
think we've got a plan.
Come up with costume designs for the band.
Yeah, we just need an Australian promoter. There's plenty of those here.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, get on it, Plastic.
Yeah.
No, you're going to be the PR. You've got to find the promoter.
You got to hire Dave Butters.
You've got to find the promoter. Plus, we need Jeff. We need an opening act, don't we? So we get an Australian band to open.
sure.
Stem.
Yeah, that's it.
Name some Australian bands. I can't think of.
Stems.
There's plenty of them.
Do you know the Stems, EP?
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
also, I'm going to tell you, the Angels.
Johnny?
The Angels. I love
Friend
the
of mine.
Angels.
The Angels. Do I know any Australian bands? I can't.
I don't think you know
I'm
Australia.
talking to a girl right now in Australia. She's like a rocker. I might be going back a couple years. Robin somebody? So there's a singer named Robin somebody. She's a young girl.
We'll work it out. It's not an issue. Jeff knows everybody.
No, he's
Crowded
asking
House.
you.
Go to Crowded House. You get
Yeah,
them
we know crowded house. My house is crowded at the moment.
Glass Tiger.
Everybody's house is crowded at the moment. We're in a pandemic. We have a lot of togetherness everywhere.
Hey, listen, you know, with the pandemic, before you couldn't go out, I didn't have a problem because my wife tied me to the chair.
Perfect. Speaking of that, how are things in Australia right now?
Well,
Yeah.
I'll explain to you. First, we had the 5 kilometre barrier. You couldn't go anywhere further than 5 kilometres. Now we can go, I think it's 25 kilometres away from your house, And hopefully after the 9th of this month, it's okay. We can go around our state, Victoria, a
So
place that you know well. And you'll be able to come back and we'll play the Palais Theatre, won't we? Because Robert will organise us to be here the beat.
I think here in the U.S. we're about to shut down a little
yeah,
bit.
the U.S. is not doing well at the moment. But are we allowed in Australia?
We're not allowed anywhere.
No, I don't.
Not
think
now. You're not allowed now, but
Nobody
let me say,
wants Americans right now. They want us to stay home, you know. And
I've got to say, of everybody that we've invited to our show, The Buzz, I take my hat off to Jeff, because the minute I told him to come on the show and I said, Rich is going to be on, he goes, get me on. I've never seen so much enthusiasm from somebody that wants to come on the show. So this is why I take my hat off to Jeff. I love the guy. And as I said, he's going to email Donna for us because I think he can do it, and he's going to do it.
You gotta live in the moment, Plastic. We're in the moment right now with the show with Jeff, so we have to, you know, embrace that right now.
I bet you if you ran to Mickey's house and knocked on the door and said, Donna, can you come over now? We're doing a show. He'll be there.
No, we will not let this go, Jeff.
No, it's actually about a 15-minute ride to Mickey's house from where I am.
You know, I haven't even checked. How are things out in California? The fires died down, or what's going on? I haven't heard in the news lately.
It's we're doing okay. Okay, it's not just like everything else. You really don't want to be out doing things, but people are, and it's not as bad as other parts of the country. But
Do you know who else we want on the show? Andrew Sandoval, and he actually did something now with the Monkees, the new album. The first album of the Monkees, it's been put out now as two records. I bought 2 copies. How's that?
I saw that. Did you get it on colored vinyl?
Nah, because what happens, let me tell you, if you're the first 1,000 to buy it, you get it in yellow vinyl.
Right.
So as soon as it went on sale, I got on the net thinking that I'm going to get 2 yellow records. Like I'm saying, I bought 2 copies, right?
Right.
That's 4 records. So what happens is I bought it, and then it said, yours will be black vinyl. So anyway, we missed out on that, but let me tell you, he's done a fantastic job on that project. He's done so many projects. We've got to get Andrew on the show.
Did you get your copy yet? Does it sound good?
No, it hasn't come in the mail yet. I'm not concerned because the post is usually slow. Let me tell you, before I was showing, and I wasn't trying to be rude, Jeff, right? But I'm surrounded by everything that I've bought on Amazon. It's all around me now. It's like I had nothing to do, so I decided I'd spend money, right? Still going, right? Since you mentioned the Beatles,
You sit in a room surrounded by all the stuff you buy.
I actually clutter, and my wife declutters. She takes my stuff in the front of the street and leaves it there for someone to come and get.
So tell me, how many books about the Beatles and Paul McCartney can you actually read and learn something new?
I don't read any of them. I just look at the pictures.
No.
Okay.
I'm still going. Stop it. I'm still
See, now-
going.
That's the best answer.
That is the best answer.
That was the best answer.
Hang on, let me tell you about this one. Oh shit, they've all fallen.
Please.
They're all over the floor. Anyway, let me tell you about this. You're going to love this, right? This book is called Lennonology. You see it?
Yes.
It's the
Right? It's very thick.
But
you're not gonna
Wait a minute, I want to tell you about it. It's my head. Anyway, I interviewed one of the guys that wrote it. It's limited edition, and they only had about 20 copies, right? But because I interviewed the guy and I paid for it, and it cost me about $150 to get it to Australia, they were kind enough to sign it. And guess what number it is out of 250? Guess what number I got? Can you read that?
No.
250? I
I don't know what
can't
that
see.
says.
I'd have to put my glasses on to see that.
46.
40.
46.
45, 46?
No, it's 45 actually. But
Oh.
this
We're
book,
all blind in America.
I'm going to give
this
you a little.
book, I believe, I didn't buy it because it's going to go up in value, but this book is one of my favorites. And I'm still going with the books. Hang on for a minute. Hang on, we're still going here.
You have more books for someone
Wait.
who doesn't read than anyone I know.
Do you read that one? I look at the front cover.
Revolution in the
You see
head.
that one? Revolution in the head. Everyone's got revolutions in the head. Hang on.
I'm going to suggest that you read them before you have the guests come on.
Hey,
I haven't got time because I'm doing shows, but there's. Hang on a minute.
Hell.
do you have this one? What about this one?
Hey,
Do you have that one?
Let me
Yes.
say something now, Jeff. Come on. If you're a real
You have
friend,
any Beatles books?
wait a minute. You'll get a copy of the new Peter Asher book, which is that one, and you'll get him to sign it, and you'll send it to me in Australia. Is that possible?
Well, considering that I have a dozen of them sitting in the other room, maybe I could probably do that.
You
Could you do that for me, please?
Whoa, nice, Rich. I love it.
Now, I also want to say, I actually interviewed Mark Wago, and I actually picked up his Elton John book too.
Did he drop
He
it?
actually co-wrote a book, mate.
Going to read.
Co-wrote a book with Mickey. I'm a believer. He co-wrote the book.
Oh, I have that book.
I'm a believer.
What's it about?
It's about Mickey.
That's a good. Jeff, that was the best. What's it about? I love
It's a
that.
murder mystery.
Yeah, well, there that is.
Yeah.
See, Peter Asher's book, it's fab. Absolutely.
As I said, get Peter to sign it to Plastic EP because I've interviewed Peter. You know that.
I know you.
Thank you.
You know
Because he
what?
ever mentioned me.
Yeah,
Eat yourself.
it could be any book. You just put a cover on it and send it to him. He's not going to read it anyway. Slap a couple of pictures in there.
Hey, Jeff.
Put a cover on Unbeliever.
Jeff, get him to sign the front and you sign the back. And write musical director.
Well, no, he always signs the books in the same place. It's like right.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's the one I want.
This is my copy. I'm sure he's
Yeah,
not going to write the
sorry.
same thing for everybody. Usually just signs a name and that's it.
Of course, because I'm not musical director. I've got 50 books here and they're all
Yep.
over the floor.
See, but the great thing about this book has my first professional photo credit.
Woohoo! Nice.
That's it.
I'm a professional photographer right there.
Photographer, perfect, because that's all he looks at anyway. That's
Now,
right.
can we do a 2-minute promo on the book? It's the A to Z of the Beatles. Let me have a look at the cover, bring it right up. I know the book.
Nice.
The Beatles from A to Z. See how I knew that? And do
That's
me a
right.
favor, tell him his friend Plastic EP is doing his best to promote his book down here in Australia.
I will.
And as soon as my signed copy arrives, I'll put it back on the net.
Well, yeah. Email me your address and I'll have him sign one for you.
Yeah, we'll sort that out. Don't worry. I just want to say now, back to your song. I want everyone to go and buy that version that you did of the song, Not a Second Time, which is off the Beatles' second album here in Australia. That was on the album called With the Beatles. And I've got to say, I've got books flying around everywhere here. I've got to say, your song is one of the best versions I've actually heard. Now, another tip that let me give you. I don't know if you've heard the song Eleanor Rigby. You obviously have heard Eleanor Rigby, haven't you?
I've once or twice.
Once or twice, right? Yeah.
Okay. There's an Australian band in 1969 did a cover version of the song, and the band is called Zoot. Z-O-O-T. Right, it's on YouTube, and they did a rock version of that song, Eleanor Rigby, and it's like nothing you've never heard before. You've got to look it up on YouTube.
Okay.
It's just the best. And I've got to say, this is a great book too.
Are you sure?
No, it is.
The cover looks amazing.
Yeah, great cover.
It's called Lennonology.
Why is it called Lennonology?
Lennonology, there's not many left, and it's by Chip Madinger and Scott
Study
Rail.
of Lennon?
What?
Is it the study of John Lennon?
That's what I'm
I don't
saying.
know. I haven't read it.
He has no idea what it's about.
No, on the back page here.
Do you know how to read, Plastic? Do you want me
Yeah,
to
but I can read the back page and it tells me everything about it. I don't have to read the book. Look.
Oh, you know,
I
those.
had only known that growing up in school.
Hey, wait a minute. This
Were
is
you-
15 years. 15 years in the making, volume 1. 15 years it took them to make this book.
They wasted 15 years. They could have just wrote the back cover.
I have a question. Were you a read the Spark Notes kind of kid, Plastic? Where you didn't read the book, you read the notes instead in school?
No, I just opened up and looked at the pictures.
He doesn't read it all. Robin, he doesn't read it all. He looks
They have
at the
notes.
pictures.
Notes in Australia.
Robert, can I explain to you? There's a lot of books that are for sale that you don't have to read. Let me just put it that way.
I'm learning that. I'm learning that.
And they're all about the Beatles. evidently.
And you have to have them all around you at all times.
Hey, look at this one. This is a ripper. Do you see this, how small it is? What?
Yellow Submarine book.
You open it up, look at that, and they pop out.
Oh,
Hey,
Jeff's
look at that.
the same book.
They pop out. It's a little pop-out book.
Oh, Jeff's got it.
All you need is love. We heard Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, show me that again, man. This is great. Look at that.
Great. I
The
love
guy's
that.
a champion. Look at that. This is like a
Jeff,
piano
that is
accordion.
all you need.
Wait a minute. Jeff, can I join your band? I can play the piano accordion.
We all live in a yellow submarine. Yes.
Oh, that's unreal.
This show
It
is
wasn't it worth coming on the show just to do these animations? I reckon it's unbelievable.
Okay.
You got any toys, Rich? I'm sure you feeling left
I
out.
do, but no Beatles toys. I got this.
What is it? That's frightening.
Theodore.
Oh.
I use this to teach kids where to hit on the drum.
Oh, cool. Very
What are they got to do? They got to hit Theodore, do they?
What?
Wow, Jeff has it all. He's got
Now, you teach them how to do the drumming. Do they have to hit the doll Theodore?
Here you go, Leninology right here.
That's it. That's the one.
There you go. Look at that.
Yes, but did you?
Unbelievable.
That's cool.
I can't believe all these things you got around you.
I want that. I feel like,
You need
Hey, Jeff, can I ask you, you got a guitar handy?
me or Jeff?
No, Jeff, you don't play guitar, you drum.
Well, I have one, but you're much better off. Jeff.
Yes, I have a guitar handy.
All right, Jeff, let's hear a little bit of the song that you just did. The Beatle one.
The Beatle?
Yeah,
Really?
the one you did, the one that's a single,
Yes.
everyone's going to buy.
Yeah, wouldn't you rather hear this one? Whenever I want you around, yeah. All I gotta do is call you on the phone and you'll come running home. Yeah, that's all I gotta do. Isn't that better?
Yeah, I just got to say, if you can play it a little bit softer, because the mic picks it up. I want you
I
to
can't.
play your new
What do you
single.
mean play softer?
Just a little bit softer, but play the new single now, not a second time. I got to hear it.
I don't remember how it goes. You know you made me cry. I see no use in wondering why I cry for you. And now you change your mind. I see no reason to change mine. I cry. It's through. Oh, you're giving me the same old lie. I'm wondering why you hurt me then. You're back again. No, 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 not a second time. There you go.
I love that. Come on. That's why the guy's musical director, because he can actually play.
Well, I can play, it's true. It is It is what it is part of what I do.
Anyway, I got a text here. You know, I told you about the band Zoot, and they did Eleanor Rigby. Guess who actually played in that band, which you didn't know, which I didn't mention, but somebody did. Was that Rick Springfield's band? Yes, Rick Springfield was in the band of Zoot. How's that?
Wow.
Before
Okay.
Jersey Girl.
No, oh, yes, I forgot. Rick.
Was that before his cartoon series? Didn't he
What
have-
was the name of his song, the big one? Jesse's Girl. That's it.
That was
Not
his
Jesse's Girl.
Yes.
Jesse's Girl.
He was in a
I
cartoon.
wish I had Jesse's Girl.
He was in a cartoon before Jesse's Girl, though. He had like some cartoon show.
I don't know anything
I
about
thought he
that.
was in a soap opera.
He
Yeah.
was.
He was in a soap opera. Yep.
Yeah, when he did Jesse's Girl, he was in a soap opera. He was Noah Drake on
Wow.
General Hospital. Child of the 80s.
That's impressive, Rich.
Well, you know.
I can see Jeff's got something for us. What do you want to show us, Jeff?
What's that?
Have you got something to show us there? You got so many things around you. You're like me with the 50,000 books. What else you
Well,
got?
But Jeff's read them.
That's actually that's only
I
partially
love
true.
Jeff
I'm-
for that.
I just got. It's just a lot
Hey,
of
Jeff,
stuff.
Jeff, have any musicians come over there and left their instruments at your place? Anybody just thrown anything around and left? Like souvenirs?
Well, most people that leave their instruments here know that they've left their instruments here.
Oh, I
So
don't
the
know.
answer is
Just
the answer is yes. I have tons of Peter Asher's instruments in the house.
have you got his original guitar? The one that did World Without Love?
He doesn't have that guitar. That guitar was
What happened to
stolen.
that guitar?
It was as far as he knows, it was stolen.
Oh,
Although Gordon had his original guitar, which was pretty well trashed, and evidently in the UK he had another one, which seemed like it might be Peter's, but nobody really knows. But no, Peter doesn't have that original guitar. But in the other room, I do have a guitar of Peter's that was used on a very famous recording that went, I've been cheated. That guitar at the beginning of that.
Woohoo!
Whoa,
That guitar's
that's
in the other
huge.
room.
You've met Linda Ronstadt, haven't you?
I have.
Can
Several
I ask?
times.
I'm just going to go through a few names. Let's just see how you actually have a take on this. I'm just going to mention a few rock stars. I want to know if you've met them in your fantastic musical career. We ready?
Sure.
See, one thing you've got to understand about Rich Dart, he's actually seen Mike Nesmith's Jimmy Choo's shoes,
I
right?
didn't know where you were going with that for a second.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's start. You've met Linda Ronstadt.
I have.
Have you met any of the Eagles?
Don Felder.
Okay, there you go. So far, the minute you don't get it, we stop. All right, next one. Have you met anybody from Blondie, the band?
Not that I know of.
Okay, we stop there. Bomb down.
That was the shortest quiz ever.
Yeah, really.
What, did you want to keep going?
It's like
Keep going. Keep asking.
Keep going. All right, it's a bit hard because I'm trying to think of Barry Manilow.
No. I used to know his drummer.
Okay, that's okay. That's close enough. What about Ron Dante? We love him.
Well, I mean, not only is Ron a friend, but I've played with him many times. So yes, I know Ron very well.
Okay, just let me tell you this. I interviewed Ron. Robin and I interviewed Ron. He's got a fantastic double CD set called Ron Dante's Funhouse. 45 tracks, 17 not released up until this point. It's got to be the number one double CD to buy in 2020. Ron Dante's Funhouse. Don't you agree, Robin? It was great. It was a gas.
it's a lot of fun.
Ron is one of the nicest people you could ever want to meet, and one of the most professional people you'd ever want to meet.
Yeah, well, he's fantastic. Now, do you know a few people from the UK, don't you?
From the UK?
Yeah.
I
Have you heard
have-
of a song called "Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes"?
I know the song. I don't know any of those particular people, but
Okay, you don't know the singer? Doesn't matter. What's your favorite 60s song? That's a good question.
what's my favorite 60s song?
Yeah.
Can I eliminate all the Beatles songs? We'll just take
Yeah,
Beatles
please.
out of the. Okay, we'll take Beatles out of the equation.
Okay, let me guess the song that you like. Tell me if I come close. I've got a feeling I can guess the song. You ready?
Well, you don't. Well, I don't have a favorite 60s. So you'd have to go to a year, maybe.
Okay, I'm going to go to a year, but you like Pretty Flamingo by Manfred Mann?
It's okay. It's not by far
Okay,
not
what
my.
about we go to 67? When I'm a believer's out.
1967
Yeah, your favorite song.
from 60s. My favorite song from 67. Don't know if I have a favorite from 67.
These are hard. This is a hard question.
All right,
Yeah.
67,
What were
68.
you
We
doing
have
on
that.
July 5th,
2 years.
1964, plastic?
We're not
Yeah.
the Beatles. We're not talking
I mean,
about
I can tell you my 3 favorite songs from 1965,
Yeah, that'll go. Let's go for
Okay.
that.
and I've had the pleasure of playing every one of the songs with the original artist, with the original singer.
That's big.
One of them is "I Go to Pieces," Peter and Gordon. One of them is "Go Now," Moody Blues, that Denny Lane sang, and the third one is "Ferry Cross the Mersey."
Jerry and the
Great
Pacemakers.
song. Great song.
Because we were American pacemakers, so we toured with Jerry a couple years. So,
That's amazing. Isn't that amazing, Robin? Do you
And
remember
then-
this song?
and then one of my other favorite '60s songs
Yeah, come on.
that's just sort of an off the cuff '60s song, which I guess you would have had in Australia, but I don't know. Walker Brothers,
yeah.
the sun ain't gonna shine anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, that was big here. But
that's a
do you remember songs like, I like to go for a few obscure songs. Snoopy versus the Red Baron?
not obscure.
It's not obscure. It was a big hit here, but
Hang on,
it's okay.
Snoopy.
The Royal
Yeah.
Guardsmen.
Yeah, again,
Sure.
the McCoys. That's not every band in the U.S. played those songs.
Okay,
Every
what
single
about the one, Napoleon, Take Me Away?
Oh, they're coming to take me away.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
that.
One.
Which, by the way, the flip side was the same song backwards.
Was it really?
Yes. As a kid, I didn't realize that. I thought it was Polish. True story.
Funny, Rich. Oh my God.
You learn
Love it.
something every day. It's those obscure songs that are great.
But those songs are huge. Those aren't obscure. At least not here. Maybe in Australia.
No, they were big hits here too.
Okay.
Remember Green Tambourine?
Oh yeah.
Lemon Pipers, Green Tambourine? Let's pull them out. Like these obscure ones.
These aren't obscure.
Well, they are pretty obscure out here.
Oh well.
All right, we'll give you that.
So like we had the TV show Skippy the Bush Kangaroo. They had their own song for the TV show. Have you seen Skippy the Bush Kangaroo, the TV show?
No.
No.
The song goes da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You watch it. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
It was not a big hit here in the U.S.
No, we didn't
Obviously not.
shoot kangaroo.
That was Bozo the Clown. That was big here too. Bozo the Clown was big here.
Bozo the Clown.
Oh, Bozo the Clown. Yeah, he was big here.
Mickey Mouse was big here. The
Bozo the
Masketeers.
Clown was big, and then all of a sudden, clowns became evil. So
That's right.
Yeah, but things changed. Let me tell you, the Masketeers were big here.
They were big here too. Some of them
Of
got
course,
bigger.
it's
in the-
America. Here's my friend. Now tell me, Jeff, do you know my friend here, George Trillinger?
Do I know George Trollinger?
Of course
Do
you do.
I know George Trollinger?
Of course you do.
I've had my guitar up his backside.
Hey, whoa, hey now.
I love him. This man is the total entertainment package. He does Buddy Holly to a T. He does Ed Sullivan for the Fab Four. You know, I've got so much respect for George. I love him.
Yeah, George on our malt shop cruise, we had a show where he did Ed Sullivan for our band. He introduced our band, and we had a lot of fun with that. Ha ha ha! See. Yes, I. As a matter of fact, right now, if there wasn't a pandemic, I would be with George on the malt shop cruise.
Oh.
And tell me, what do you do on the cruise? You just drink milkshakes?
No, some of us work. Some of us play 7 or 8, 9 shows.
He said malt shop cruise. Malt shop?
Yes.
You know where you go and buy
Yeah.
milkshakes?
Because
Where'd you get that from?
Because it's the 50s cruise versus
There
the
you
Flower Power cruise, which is the
There you
60s
go.
cruise.
I was thinking about the milkshake thing. I'm like, didn't connect.
Do you know what a malt shake is?
I do.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
She knows what real pizza is as well. She knows about malteds and shakes and pizza. She knows all of,
I know, but I don't live there in Connecticut.
Food, I know it.
Yeah, she's from Connecticut. She knows about real food.
Yes.
Yeah, but I got to tell you something. Again, if I may, talk to Mickey, talk to Coco, and Rich knows. Ask them how great the food is in Australia, and they will tell you it's the best in the world. They've come out and said that. Believe me, ask Coco.
It's good food. I'll give you that.
I mean, it's not Italy, but it's good food.
It's not Italy.
Can you read that?
Never played with. Wow, great. Wow.
Jeff is one of the
Thank you,
greatest
George.
musicians I've ever played with. I bow in respect to his greatness, great sense of humor too. I love
Well,
that.
he got 2 of the 3 of those correct. I'm not gonna tell you which one he didn't get correct. Anyhow,
Does George do
You know what I love about this show? You go 1 hour, 12 minutes, and we're still going. Great stuff.
it's
Mick Jagger?
what's that?
Does George do a Mick Jagger?
Yes, he does. He does. We've done that with him. The great thing about George, see, this show is a lot like one of George's shows because George can do a stand-up indefinitely. So you go out and you're supposed to. We've done his Mick Jagger thing with him. We're supposed to play 10 songs. He's doing stand-up in between. We end up playing 4 songs because it's just like his banter with the audience and his one-liners. It's just nonstop.
I hung with him on one of the Flower Power cruises.
Yeah, he is one of the funniest human beings in the
Great
world.
guy.
He's just unbelievable.
And so many years he played in Vegas in a legend show. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well,
Any questions there, Robin, before you wash your head?
Before I wash my head,
Before you got to wash
Yeah,
your head.
before you
Is it
wash your
dirty?
head.
is it dirty?
Oh, man.
I'm
No,
only
it's-
Very
joking.
clean. I'm very clean, and I read all of my books. 2 facts, just so you know.
I need about 10.
I know good pizza, and
I need about 10 years to read all these books I've bought.
Well, you better get started because
No,
quiz next
Because I
week.
tell you what, when I get the Beatles A to Z, that's the first one I'm going to read. That's signed by Peter Asher.
And then
And
Jeff's going to quiz you on
Signed by Jeff Allen
I'm going to
Ross.
quiz you on it. So get started as soon as the book comes in the mail.
We wanna-
Exactly, but what we'll do is we'll get Jeff and he can quiz me on the book.
That's right.
Perfect.
Because I've had to sit through the reading of it, the audio book.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's based on a segment of the radio shows that we did, I guess, at this point, a couple of years ago. And turned it into a book. I had to transcribe the radio shows. And, look.
Oh,
It's all our shipmates. Everybody's sick of not being at sea.
Yes.
Sick of not being at sea. That's right. I said
Hey,
that.
you know when you move your hand, Jeff, like the sea, you're making me seasick.
Seasick. There you go. See, audiobooks, plastic.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a way that you
Well, there you
can,
go. Yes, audiobooks are the way to
you
go.
can listen to your book.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I'm not interested in buying Kindle. That's for kids.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I'm not interested in reading.
That's a
Well,
joke.
no, we know that he's not. That we know.
Yeah,
We've established that.
I don't know. I can't go
I
on.
tend to exaggerate a few things. Okay.
Not you.
I
And
do
you're not
like a nice
dramatic
book
at all
sometimes.
either.
I do
No.
like a nice book.
What?
I like a nice book sometimes.
He likes an honest book.
An
No,
honest
good book.
book, as opposed to lying books.
That'll be the one I write.
Okay. I'll help you write that, Rich.
Yeah, you need a Rich Start book.
The
And
Book
actually,
of
what I
Lies
do, Rich,
by
is-
Rick
He'll sell
Moranis.
ones of copies.
The
Listen,
Book of
Rich,
Lies.
I want to try and help you.
Bestseller.
Rich, I want to help you with marketing. What you need is a Rich Start book. And when you open the book at the back, a paper dartboard comes out and you can throw darts at it.
That's exactly what I want.
He's
Yeah.
got to throw a couple pictures in there and he'll put it up on the show and claim that he read it.
That's right.
Great.
I'll sign
Hey,
it.
here's a good one for you. Read this out.
We need to get plastic on the malt shop cruise. Flower power too. Yes.
I feel
Yeah, I'll be
bad,
drinking all the
George.
malts.
Yeah, except
I'll
that.
be drinking all the malts.
Yeah, except on those cruises, and I think George will agree with me. Nobody's going to understand what plastic is saying.
No.
Why? I speak English.
Well, the Flower Power cruise, basically, I'm generally the kid in my mid to late 60s, and then you get on the Malt Shop cruise, and I'm just a kid. Everybody else is 75, 80 years old. You have to be
So what do I
careful because
copy?
you get run over by motorized scooters and everything. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Hang on. We've got a very special text coming through now. It just flashed. I'm just waiting for it to come through. Hang on.
It's special.
Yeah, it's special.
Please.
Yeah.
Just see if it surfaces.
Is it?
It's one of those disappearing texts. It knows you might not read it, so it went away.
No, there's a text coming through from Charles Rosenay. I just saw it flash.
It's not coming through there, plastic.
No, it hasn't appeared yet. I don't know why. I'll check my phone. You know, Jeff, being able to talk to you and having you as a special guest on the show, let me tell you, it's our pleasure. This is a great show. I'm loving every minute of it.
Well, I know that I've hung out with Robin somewhere, but I'm not sure where it was.
I was
Yeah,
on
that's because she's had a new haircut.
tour
You
in
can't recognize it.
7, so maybe I saw you in California.
Yeah, there was something because I know we met, and of course
I know,
Rich.
I feel the same way.
Rich, who I invite to every show that I play when I'm in the neighborhood,
I'm always working.
and he happens to be a working musician. No, one time you were sick. One time you weren't feeling well.
Was
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, you had the flu one time.
Was that in February?
Yes.
I had the flu in February too, Rich. We have so much in common. We're
But
both
was it the
Connecticut. We're both
But was it the flu? Ah,
Now it wasn't the flu. I think now I might have had the COVID.
No, I had the flu in February. I got tested. It was
See,
flu.
they didn't test me. My doctor just said, "No, you've got the flu," and then he hid behind the door as he walked.
Oh, you had COVID.
Like,
You did.
okay, well, you got the flu. I'll see it.
No, I had influenza A right before
Yeah,
the
it was
pandemic.
bad.
I was quarantined for like 2 weeks longer than everybody
Yeah, I
else.
was in really rough shape, but I'm thinking I might have had COVID.
You might have,
Because I couldn't walk from the bed to the bathroom.
but I couldn't either, and that was flu for me.
Oh, maybe it was the flu. Who knows?
103 fever for a week.
Yeah, I had an insanely high fever too. Wow.
Well, I wish I knew. I could have texted you like, "Hey, Rich, you
Could I come in?
because I am too."
So I'm glad you didn't come to the show.
Yeah, I
Yeah, right?
every time you call, I feel so bad because I want to see you, but I mean, I'm either sick or working.
Well, I'll just call Robin now and she'll come to the show.
There you go.
I will. Yes,
Robin comes to the Cape. She came to the Cape when we played.
I did. Maybe actually, that might be.
Is that where you got the flu?
No.
Okay.
Can I say something? Everybody comes from Connecticut. Is that
We'll
right?
figure it out, Jeff.
Everybody comes from Connecticut. Is that right?
Yes,
On
that's
this
right.
page,
Okay.
half the
Aren't
page.
you lucky that I've got the book here, Connecticut
Oh.
Rock and Roll?
Oh my God!
Tony
I know that.
Rizzoni, I got the book right here. Have a
Where'd you
look.
get
There's
that?
underneath all the books.
Where
You
did
get that
you
from
get that?
Charles?
You got that from Charles?
I beg your pardon, Charles got nothing to do with it.
Where did you get that?
From the author.
Yeah, did you read it? Little
No,
joke.
I haven't had a chance to look at the pictures yet.
Let's thumb through. Let's check out the pictures.
I just thumbed through it. And guess what?
I
I
bet.
told you, Charles.
Wait. Toad's
Did you
Place
read that?
is in there. I bet Toad's Place is mentioned in there.
Oh,
Does
Tony-
anybody know Tony Rizzoni? He's great.
No, I said
Tony,
Toad's
the guy
Place.
that wrote it?
The guy who wrote it, Tony Rizzoni. Can you read that or not?
No.
It's blending in with your background.
It's psychedelic. Like
Oh, no, I can't help it. I'm sorry. Everything's psychedelic here.
Keep
Yeah,
telling me
it's like an invisible book.
right through them.
Exactly. You look right through it.
Now your face. How did you do that?
Wow. I'm having acid flashbacks. This is fantastic.
Well, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what it
Hang
was.
on.
But I
I
bet
think
Saint
the
Bernadette.
book flash is better when it covers my face.
very
That's
nice.
creepy.
You know what? I can hide behind the book. You won't know me.
You know it's time to end the show when Plastic starts hiding behind books he hasn't read.
Or looked at the pictures.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
On that note,
I scared myself. Now have a look at this.
Well, before you
Here we go. Look at this before you go.
I want
Read it out.
to answer a question. Do you know why Saint Bernadette's Church in New Haven would be in that book?
what?
Saint
Read it
Bernadette's
yourself.
Church in New Haven is probably mentioned in that book.
Hey, you might. What a mix. Monkeys and Badfinger.
Why? Did somebody play there?
Yeah, well, that's where "In the Still of the Night" was recorded by the Five Satins.
I did not
Really?
know that.
Yeah, in the basement of Saint Bernadette's Church.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm going to hear that now in my head every time I drive through New Haven.
Yeah.
That's very cool to know.
You got
Rich,
to.
you're a wealth of information.
I'm a wealth of useless
You
knowledge.
must be a reader.
I can't.
Yeah, you must have read that somewhere.
I think I read it or saw it on the cover of some book.
It's too funny. Jeff,
You know what, guys, I want to say, it's been a fantastic show.
it has.
From
Yes,
Melbourne,
it has.
Connecticut. Sorry, Melbourne. What did I say Connecticut for? From Melbourne, Australia.
At one point or another.
It's
I'm
because
going to say, Jeff, it's been a pleasure having you on. It's not the first or last time you're going to come on. You're like a fan favorite now, okay?
Well, I love coming on, and it's nice to. I mean, nothing personal, but it's nice to have Robin, and of course, my good friend Rich, who again I just don't get to see
I know. I miss you.
because again, every time I'm there, he's always working.
Right.
And
well, let's make it happen when you come out with the
absolutely.
Taylor thing. Let's chat again.
Yes, definitely. And then let's go tour Australia together.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's somebody set that all. Robin, take care of setting that all up, and
I will
and
set, as soon as the pandemic is over, I will get on it. I'll make sure I don't have any flu or COVID, and I'll get right on it.
perfect.
And I'll bring all my books along so you can all look at the pictures.
Great.
Yeah, because there'll be a lot of time for that.
Make sure you pack them all in a suitcase so it weighs 10,000 pounds. And transport
You
that
need to
around.
hire a whole truck for me alone. I don't need instruments. I just bring my books along.
Perfect.
You can make furniture out of them or something.
All right, again, seriously, all right? say goodbye to everybody out there because they're going to be watching this forever. And as I said, make sure you go out there and buy Jeff's song because it's a beauty. The Beatles song. Not a
And
second
thanks for
song.
singing for us too.
It's
Yeah.
everywhere. Thank you for singing, Jeff. It sounds so great.
And if you purchase the song, it goes to a really good cause.
Yes, so buy the songs.
Exactly.
Buy the song. Jeff Allen Ross. Look it up as soon as you get off the computer.
Yeah.
Well, you have to get back on the computer to look it up. So.
Thank you, guys. Say goodbye to everyone and just stay there. See ya.
Okay.